I really knew that in my mind I wanted to be this woman who gets up early, gets on it, is very productive, has her stuff organized and planned. And, I wanted to be that woman in my head, but I just didn't know how. Good day, beautiful people. I know I started this YouTube channel a while ago. Um, and as we speak, I still don't have that many subscribers, which is fine. I started it a while ago and I was very zealous about it. And then I just kind of abandoned it because I realized I wasn't quite ready to do it consistently. So I'm back again. I'm super motivated to do this. Um, as the title of this video says, first off, I've been like really into productivity lately and discipline. Like I've been going hardcore on discipline lately. And so as the title of this video states, I woke up 1 minute earlier and this is what happened. So it used to be that I would hit the snooze button a lot. And sometimes I still do. I'm not going to sit up and pretend like I've mastered the snooze button. I haven't. I do still hit the snooze button sometimes, but not very often. And it used to be that I would like snooze a lot and then wake up with like an hour to get myself and my boys ready, which was not, it was not the deal. So I really knew that in my mind I wanted to be this woman who gets up early, gets on it, is very productive, has her stuff organized and planned. And, I wanted to be that woman in my head, but I just didn't know how to get there. And I would watch a lot of productivity videos and they were very, very motivational and super inspiring. And I would hear a lot of people say, well, start off waking up like 30 minutes earlier or 15 minutes earlier. And it just didn't work for me. I even tried the 5 minutes earlier because I was so bad at hitting the snooze button. Even 5 minutes was too much for me. So I said to myself one day, Tiara, if you can wake up 1 minute earlier, just 1 minute, just one, maybe you can work yourself into 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. So instead of waking up at around 7:30 in the morning to get myself and my boys ready for the day, I just started waking up at 7:29. Doesn't sound like it saves a lot of time, and it doesn't. It doesn't save a lot of time, but what it did was it started to build the mental strength to get up and to not hit the snooze button. So after a week, I was no longer waking up 1 minute early. I was waking up 5 minutes early, and then I felt super motivated and ambitious to do 15 minutes and then 30 minutes. And eventually I got to where I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I know that sounds crack early for a lot of people, but for me, it is like the golden divine hour. And that's kind of where I've stuck the last few months, waking up between 4 and 4:30 a.m. It's the golden time for me because I'm someone who does not just pop out of bed. I like to wake up, look around a little bit, get the sensations going in my body. The first thing I do is thank God. I always do that. I thank Allah for another day. I thank Allah for my, my ability to still breathe, see, taste, hear, touch. I wiggle my toes and my fingers, and I just thank Allah for everything. Even if I'm just laying in the dark, which is usually what I'm doing at 4 in the morning when my alarm goes off, I just lay there in the dark. I don't actually get up. Sometimes I may not get up for another 30 minutes, but that's the beauty of me waking up that early so that I don't feel rushed to have to get up. So if I just want to lay there, be with myself, have some quiet time, that's what I'll do. And then typically, between 4:30 and 4:45, I'll go ahead and get right on up and get the day started. Now, my boys, they seem to have like this intuition type thing going on where they can sense when I get up, even if I'm not loud or, it's like as soon as I get out of bed, it's like they hear me. It's like they hear my eyes open. They hear my eyes open. And then they get up with me, which is fine. I don't have any issue with that. Because in another video, I'll talk about how I'm able to manage that mental peace even when there's noise around me, and I call that moving meditation, but I'll talk about that in another video. So, my boys, they get up. Sometimes they sleep in, but a lot of times when I get up, they're getting up too. I'll put on their favorite TV show, go ahead and get my day started, do my shower, my morning routine, my face care, and all that stuff. And then I do my morning prayer. That is a constant for me. That is a must. Unless I'm sick or in some kind of physical pain to where I'm just not feeling well, and I just make like a short prayer in my head. Um, you know, Morning prayer is a constant for me, and it is a must. And then I pray throughout the day. So once I do my prayer, um, I may do some yoga, some stretching, and then get into a little bit of study. It depends on the book that I'm feeling that morning. It's not always the same book. Yes, I'm someone who can read multiple books at the same time. So sometimes it might be, it is generally like a self-help type book though, because that's really what I'm interested in with books. But sometimes it may be, it'll always be my Holy Quran for sure. I always have to read some scripture. And then after that, it may be whatever self-help book of choice that I choose to read. I'll read a few pages and then get some cleaning done. And then, have me a cup of tea and then get my boys ready for school. If I have to bring stuff to the car, like extra things they might need, I go ahead and get that done. And then by 8:30, we're walking out the door, and we're on our way. Every now and then, I do have some slip ups, like today and yesterday. I kind of had some slip ups where I left more at like 8:45, but I'm graceful with myself because I know that for the last couple of months I've been pretty consistent with getting up between 4 and 4:30. So I'm not tripping if every now and then I sleep in a little bit, because sometimes my body goes through different things. So sometimes I really do need the extra rest, and I don't take that away from myself. If I need the extra rest, I do get it. But for the most part, I am up between 4 and 4:30. And since then, it has strengthened my mind to go ahead and tackle other goals. I do apologize. This truck is backing up behind me if you hear that noise. It has strengthened my mind to achieve other goals that I wanted to achieve. Like, I wanted to restart my business that I let fall by the wayside some years ago, Divine Nature Cosmetics. And I went for it, like, at first I was like, I don't really have everything, but then I kept remembering, Tierra, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then other YouTubers would say the same thing, get out of this mindset of perfectionism. So one day I went in my kitchen, just kind of scavenging around for a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I realized I actually have the base of what I need to start making like my hard soaps again, which is a really simple recipe. I didn't have like all of my essential oils, but I had a few. I had coconut oil, and then all I had to buy was the lye, which was a small expense. So I just went for it, and I restarted the business with just my hard soaps. I didn't even have all of the essential oils, but I offered it anyway because I'm like, if people order, I can just go buy it. There's local stores that sell essential oils all over the place. So I just went for it, and then I did that for a little while, and then someone I was talking to at the time, he was like, why don't you go ahead and launch your website and stuff? Because I was a little bit scared, because I'm like, I still had the website from when had done the business previously, and it had the full line of products, and I was kind of scared, like, oh my God, if I launch this website, people are going to order stuff that I don't have. But you know what? He was like, well, you can just launch it, and when they buy, just go get the stuff real quick. And my fear at first was like, I don't want them to order this stuff and then they have to wait because I don't actually have everything. But you know what? I took his advice and I stepped out on faith and I did it. And then I started to accumulate the stuff again. Like, I got the bottles, I got the labels, I got the printer, I got the laptop. Like, all those things that I thought were going to be so expensive to get weren't expensive at all. My laptop was $35 and it's used. And it's okay because I use my phone for most of my electronic needs. So my laptop is really just for my business, and it was in perfect condition. My printer was actually free on Facebook Marketplace, and it works beautifully. It had to buy ink for it, but hey, small expense for a computer for no money up front. Excuse me. Then purchased all my full set of essential oils, and the rest was pretty much history. Like, so I just had to step out on faith. And these last couple of weeks, I've really been centering my life just around gratitude, just being grateful for everything. I know that it's so circulated right now and it sounds cliched, but I'm just speaking my truth right now. This is the stage I'm at right now. And I pray that I forever stay in this stage of gratitude, because what you put out there, you receive back. And like, I'm just grateful for everything. On days when I don't make that much money, I'm grateful. On days when I make no money, I'm grateful. On days when I make a lot of money, I'm grateful. I am grateful, 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 because one thing I realize is that God has never forsaken me. Never. Even when I thought I was going to lose my car, when I thought I was going to lose my place, when I thought I was, this was going to happen and that was going to happen, it didn't happen. As you can see, I'm still in my car. So I had to just remember God has never forsaken me. And then I had to let go of this idea that I had to control everything. Like, well, whatever happens just happens, but you're resilient. You'll push through it, and as long as you keep God at the center of your life and as your foundation, you're going to get what you need. And again, I know that sounds cliche, but this is what's working for me. So, I let go of that need to control everything. And sure enough, everything I needed has been here for me and available. Even last week, I came across some unexpected money. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the expectation, every week. I don't expect anything from God, but I'm grateful for everything from God. So I took away the idea of expecting anything and just, like they used to say in the church, let go and let God. Like, I've seriously embodied that. Let go and let God. I go with it. Doesn't mean that I don't work. I definitely work. We're not, this isn't magic. So I get up every day. I get my boys ready, get them to school. I get to work, and I let it flow. However it flows. I post my business ads. Sometimes it generates sales. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. I love it either way, because I love that I'm even able to do it. I love that I'm able to wake up and take another breath. I love that I'm able to talk and record this video. I love looking around and knowing that I can still see the beautiful sky and the clouds and the people around me and everything around me. I love that I still have the capability to walk, talk, play with my children, and do everything comfortably without any disabilities or anything. So I'm just very, very grateful for everything that I have, even down to things that are seemingly small. Like, I thank God for oxygen, So, but everything to me is major in terms of being grateful. So yes, I'm grateful for oxygen. Yes, I'm grateful for the ability to put gas in my car. I'm grateful for just everything, because it doesn't have to be, And this whole mindset quite literally started with me just making up in my mind that I'm going to start waking up 1 minute earlier. For a while I was borrowing money, and I've not had to borrow any money because I've been able to make enough money to sustain myself and my children. And so I'm very, very grateful for that. So if you're in that situation, I feel you. If you're in that situation where you're always asking for money because you don't have it or you come up short, I'm very thankful to God that I'm not in that situation anymore. So if you are, definitely keep your head up, keep God at the center of your life, and make God your foundation, make God your rock, I promise you. And then make up in your mind that you're not going to be that person anymore. And I promise you, you will come out of that, and fear plays a big part in it. You have to let go of that fear too, that if I'm not in some type of control of my life, then nothing will happen the way it's supposed to happen. But if you put it in God's hands, it's going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to happen. And now when I say that, I don't mean pray and then, some magic happens. You got to put in work. They say faith without work is dead, and that's true. So you pray, you put it in God's hands, and then you get to work and you let it be. Don't stress your mind. Don't stress your body with that. So I'm just, right now, I'm just in a state of bliss and gratefulness and just really loving my life. Now, I didn't hate it before, but right now it's just so much better. I'm in such a great mental space, a better mental space than I've ever been in. And it'll probably just get better and better. So I'm very, very happy and gracious right now. I'm so sorry if all of this sounded cliche, but it really does work for me, and I just pray that it works for you. I pray that it's a motivation for you. If you're one of those habitual snoozers, you love your sleep like I did, and still do. I love my sleep because sleep is necessary. But if you love your sleep, start yourself with just getting up 1 minute earlier, even if it's 30 seconds earlier. Whatever sounds easiest in your mind, because that's where it starts, is in your mind. Whatever sounds easiest in your mind, start with that and then go from there. So, for me, the 1 minute was easier than 5 minutes. It was easier than 15. Everyone was talking about 30 minutes. I'm like, that is a lot of minutes for someone who loves their sleep and loves to snooze. It was just too much for me. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do 1 minute. 1 minute. So I went from getting up at 7:30 a.m. to 7:29 a.m. to now getting up at between 4 and 4:30 a.m. And I don't regret one bit of it. And no, I don't feel tired when I wake up. And I don't even take naps throughout the day because I don't feel tired enough to take naps. I'm not tired now. I don't have that problem anymore right now. I'm not going to say naps are a problem, but I'm saying I don't feel sleepy throughout the day anymore. Now, I did pair that with improving my eating and taking care of my body as well. So I'm not going to say that alone does it, but like waking up and feeling productive like that and feeling like I've accomplished something has motivated me to want to take care of my body and improve my eating and improve the way I think and improve the way I walk and talk to people. Instead of, snapping off at people now, I don't even bother. Now if people are rude to me, I do address that fact, but I don't address it rudely. I just say, hey, you don't have to be so rude to me, or what you said was very disrespectful, and they'll take it how they want to take it. But I at least made it known that I didn't appreciate what was said or done to me. But, I keep it pushing. Ain't no cussing and fussing, no snapping the neck and fingers, none of that. Just, hey, I didn't like that. Because I feel like being peaceful doesn't necessarily mean you have to ignore your feelings. So if someone comes to you and they're rude and disrespectful, if you feel like it ain't worth addressing, then don't address it, because I'm good at that too. Like, I'm like, this ain't even worth me speaking about. But if it's something that I feel really is worth me speaking about, I will speak about it. So I don't feel that having mental peace means that you just literally ignore everything, because then you won't be at peace, especially if you feel like it's something you want to say. Don't ever suppress your feelings about things. So that being said, I pray that you all can start your 1 minute earlier journey, and I'll talk to you guys another time. Peace.